Hi. So now it's the day after the event, and in this part of the video, I want to talk about the um, points, key points, and key takeaways from yesterday's event, the Law Professions Day. Okay, so before I go into the points, I just want to start by saying, Google team, I am not an admitted legal practitioner. I am just a student and I am not a representative or spokesperson for any institution. I am just sharing my experience here on this platform of my journey to becoming a legal practitioner one day. So, this is just my experience. These are my opinions. These are not legal facts. Okay, so don't take them as legal rules or something like that, because some of these things, they could be things that are included maybe in acts, but don't take what I'm saying as legal facts. Don't quote me. Okay? I'm just a girl. I'm just a student. I'm just sharing my experience. I'm not a spokesperson. I'm not a representative of any institution, anybody, any organization. That's just my experience. Okay, let's get into the important stuff. So for this event, we had a total of five speakers, an advocate, an attorney, a magistrate, an acting judge, and a prosecutor. What more do you need for guidance as a law student? What more? They must bring the Chief Justice. Like, what more do you need? What more do you need? Yo, so grateful for this opportunity. So let's get into what I'm gonna summarize. I'm gonna try and summarize what I learned from each speaker. Yeah. So, speaker one. The first speaker is a magistrate, and in summary, she talked about the importance of time management and being punctual. Always be early, don't be late, because there's things that you have to do before the actual proceedings begin in court. You have to arrive early and you have to introduce yourself to the presiding officer before the matter begins. There's some serious repercussions if you don't. So don't be late. Introduce yourself to the presiding officer and dress well for court. Dress well for court. They really put in some emphasis on that. And always address the court properly. You must know how to address the court. Right now, at this point, I don't know. I'm just a girl. I'm just a third year law student. Please forgive me. And she also said that a good reputation is very important as well. And case law. Case law is very important. If there's a new case, also maybe during like a matter in court, always, be a lawyer who is willing to learn something new. Like, make note of that case and go read that case for yourself, especially if it's in a matter that you are dealing with. So the second speaker was a prosecutor. And he spoke a lot on justice and how justice as lawyers has to be has to be at the center of everything that you do as a lawyer. He also spoke on the importance of knowing the law and knowing the case law, because if you don't know the law and you don't know case law, how would you do justice to the clients that you are representing? And for me, this is something that's very important. And by important, I mean important for me to hear. Ogoti, you really need to know the law. You really need to know case law. And I feel like Langi Kona, I am not doing very well. And I need to take this thing of reading as someone who wants to become a lawyer and someone who's studying law very seriously. Yeah, I think I should. So if you are someone who is like me, Osai, I don't want to use the word vilapa, Mara, who is not keen or very committed to studying, well, cases and the law in Jayabo, you need to start being keen. Okay, you need to start committing and being serious, taking your studies very seriously. So this is what I got from that. He said it's very important that to practice and to practice and prepare at all times, so that you can do the best that you can for your clients. Not even just for your clients, but just to do the best that you can. You need to prepare, you need to practice, you need to have knowledge. Those are the three key things that were mentioned by all the speakers. Prepare, knowledge, practice. Prepare, knowledge, practice. Well, knowledge, prepare, practice. Or prepare, knowledge, practice. No, knowledge, prepare, practice. I think that's the better order. Okay, now let's go on to the third speaker, who is an acting judge, Sonje. So the first thing he spoke about is time. Time is very important. And with this, I also realized for myself personally, as an individual, Uguti, this thing, yeah, time management, being on time, doing things early, doing things on time, and being early to places, it starts with the assignments. It starts with the assignments. Now, if you know yourself, and I know myself, that I like to start assignments very late, and I submit them very late. You still need to sit down and look at yourself and think, good, time management wise, you are not very good. Because shame, I know how to arrive early to places or to things, but when it comes to submitting assignments, so time management wise, I'm not good. I really have a lot of work to do in that area, and I realize, Guti, it starts with the assignments. It starts there for me. So if you know, Guti, you are also a last minute warrior. You have to change your ways. Because you can't be submitting assignments late and then tell yourself, Guti, when you are a lawyer or when you are a candidate attorney or whatever, also fika early to court. Because maybe ungafika early, but ungafika unprepared. So as a student, I think Linda Bayes Kati is really important to start looking at right now and making sure that we are doing things on time. It starts with the assignments. And he also mentioned the importance of language, using the right language. He stressed the importance of understanding the law and how to apply the law. He spoke about honesty, like if you don't know something, be honest about that, and you will be given. Okay, not what you will be given, but be honest. If you don't know something, you don't know something. Say that you don't know something and try and go find maybe more information and then come back, knowing something. He also spoke about research and how research is very important, and it is very important to do research from reliable sources. So if you're a law student right now, Njingami, I'm sure you know by now that you cannot trust Google, and you can't trust Google. You have to do research through different things. You can't just Google something and take answers, from websites that appear, or sometimes go back on like an answer that's summarized at the top. I'm talking about that AI generated answer. Yes, that one. don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Use reliable sources such as Google Scholar or other websites that have legal journals, case law, and other stuff. So, yeah, I'm on the other side. Yeah, he also spoke about the importance of reading, knowing the law, and knowing how to apply the law, and knowing case law, and knowing how to apply the case law. So the fourth speaker was an advocate. Okay, she's an advocate now, but she was a prosecutor and now she's an advocate. She spoke on court etiquette and how it is important to, again, the same thing, have knowledge, prepare, practice in order for you to be able to, stand in court and be bold and without fear. Be committed to your work, like be committed to your studies so that you can succeed in this profession. And now the final speaker. The final speaker was an attorney, and he also, again, spoke about time management, reading, preparing, practicing, and following the court rules and everything. I don't know how to put it, you know, properly, but he also stressed again, Linda, by your time management and how it is really, really, really important that you know um, the case law, your case law, and the law, and how to apply it. He spoke about being respectful. He spoke about putting in the effort and dedication and everything. Yeah, I don't know how to put this in a way that someone who wasn't there can also benefit from what I'm saying. Please forgive me, but I just want to say, you see, they said prepare, have the knowledge, understand the law, understand case law, know how to apply the law, have good time management, be dedicated to your studies, and gee, everything. Like put in the effort. If you put in 100% effort, the results are 100%. If you put in 30% effort, 30% the outcome. Talking to myself as well. Talking to myself as well as someone who is constantly overwhelmed and very behind. Very behind with umsebenzi wesikolo. So yeah, he also encouraged being involved in your community participation. That is something I really don't know how to talk about because I feel like I'm not involved in my community. But that is unrelated. That is unrelated. But I've heard other people as well who are already, attorneys or advocates talking about the importance of community participation and being involved in your community. Not really shame. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say to who. Yeah. 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 That is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Yeah. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. And if you know anyone who might benefit from this type of content, please share this channel with them. Again, thank you so much for watching.